Stitching and Wishing. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, April 19th, 2021, and I'm a little overdue for an update. I really had a goal this year to try to do a monthly update, but I'm a few weeks behind for that. But one reason is because March and April have seemed to have flown by. And I have also been traveling quite a bit. So in March, I was on a couple of work trips. I spent a week in Memphis and a week in North Carolina. My husband and I tried to do a mini vacation. We debated back and forth about what we wanted to do, and we finally settled on going camping for the weekend. It didn't really work out. We left on a Thursday, got to a campsite. I rented a campsite at a state park in South Carolina. We got the tent all set up. We were just tent camping. We took one of the dogs, and Thursday was fine. It was actually a little warm, but we're all set up and ready to go. Thursday night, a storm came through, and it was thunder, lightning, and pouring down rain. That rain persisted throughout the night, and when we woke up on Friday morning, it was still raining and was forecast to rain basically all day Friday and all day Saturday. Our campsite flooded and so everything in the tent was just soaking wet. And again, we debated on if we should just pack up and go to a hotel or what we wanted to do. And because we had one of the dogs, we finally settled on let's just go home. So we camped out one night. It wasn't the funnest night, and then we came home. But since we still had planned to be on vacation that weekend, once we got home, we dried everything out, and then we did just some hiking trips from the house. There's some local trails that we went to, and there's this beautiful private garden just north of our house, and we went up there. The tulips were in bloom. They still had some daffodils, cherry blossoms. It was beautiful. So I'll insert some pictures from that. Other than that, it has been work. Work has been crazy and stressful the last few weeks. So I haven't done a lot of stitching. I have some finishes and things that I finished in March and in early April. So I'm gonna get in and show you those. I'll show you some whip go, which I haven't made much progress on, and I actually got really frustrated with one of my whip go projects this weekend. And so I didn't get any stitches in, and it's gonna go away. I'm either gonna restart it or I'm gonna restart it because I do want to stitch it at some point, but I'll show you that. And then I have haul. I have a pretty good pile of haul because all my Needlework Expo stuff has come in and I've just been piling it, so I'll go through that. So finishes. My first finish, I finished in March was Lizzie Kate yearbook. This is April, which I have not FFO'd, so it did not get displayed for the month of April, but there's always next year. I am trying to do one of these a month, so far so good on that. On Easter weekend, I was home and I finished up from Stitching with the Housewives Carrot Patch, and I started and finished on Easter Stitching with the Housewives Easter Parade. So these are really cute. I'm stitching both of these on 16 count Aida, just black Aida, with a mix of some of the called for and some threads just from Stash. Last week I finished up the Lindy Stitches Sal. This is the Funky Menagerie. It's super cute. So March was kind of this corner over here, and then the April release was this corner. I did mess up my border pretty well on this, but I just kind of made it work, and I think it's good enough. It wasn't worth, I was gonna have to frog quite a bit to actually follow the pattern, so I winged it, and I think it looks fine. So I'm really happy that I kept up with that Sal, and now I have a cute finish. And my last finish, let's mark, Lizzie Kate, her green flippets. So I've stitched this on 32 count avocado from Color and Cotton with all the called for DMC, and it is super cute. So I think I told you in my last video that I wanted to get this done by Earth Day, which I think is April 22nd. So I finished it on that weekend that my husband and I had at the end of March. So I met my goal, and now I have this done. I really enjoyed stitching on this, and I noticed on my last work trip that I kind of missed having it. So I need to find another series that I don't need to find another series. I need to just take some of the things that I have and substitute that in on my work trips. Okay, my non-Whipco whips. Yesterday, I started working on my Lizzie Kate yearbook for May. And this is as far as I got on that. It hit me yesterday that it was the 18th of April, and so my goal is to get that done this week so that it'll be done by the 1st of May. And then I told you I got a little annoyed with one of my Whipco projects, so I started a new one this week. It's the Salt Box Quilt Sampler from With a Needle and Thread. Oops. And this is where I got on this on Saturday. So I'm using mostly the called for. I think I'm missing one of the called for colors, so I will make a substitution there. I'm stitching this on 32 count Sand from Picture This Plus, which is fantastic linen, and I need to find some more of it. But that's a fun one to start, and I'm glad that I dug it out. I had it kitted up, and I was looking for replacement fabric for my Whipco project, and I almost used that, but then I was like, I really want to stitch this though. So I started it, and I'm really enjoying that so far. In April, I also pulled out and started working on Prairie Schoolers Rabbit Run. I don't know how much of this I had done. I had started it at some point. It's a little wrinkled. So I finished the first little rabbit motif and kind of started working on some of the others. But super cute, and I really want to keep working on this because I love this one and want to get it done. So at least before next Easter, I'd like to have it done. I also worked a little bit on Luminous Fiber Arts Liberty Quaker. So this was my Whipco project from February. So I pulled it out again and worked on filling in the squirrel. So I still have a little more, ran out of the floss I was using. I didn't run out. I just, the strand I was using. I think I showed you. This is my Whipco project or progress in February. I finished the bottom part, so finished the squirrel up maybe this week. That's why I'm just leaving it in the Q-snap. And then there's still quite a bit more. There's still the whole border and a few more motifs on this, but I've set a tentative goal of getting that done by the 4th of July. Whether or not that'll actually happen, I don't know, but we'll see how far we get. Next up, from Little House Needleworks, Farmhouse Christmas. So I was trying to do a block a month. I did not finish a block in March, but in early April I finished up the 3rd block. And hopefully this week I'll start working on the 4th. I don't think I'll be able to get it done before the end of April, but that's okay. So next up is Dairy Darling. I'm gonna take that out of the plastic. So that'll go down here. Super cute. I love this, and every time I work on it, I just want to keep going. So we'll stitch on that as long as possible. Okay, next up is Whipco. So my March Whipco projects were the Stitching Life from Heartstring Samplery. Didn't make a lot of progress on this one. So I think I had these blue letters and I had started the top border. So I finished the top row, and then I think my problem was I was traveling and I've been stitching this from stash. I didn't pull all the colors that I might need. So I didn't really like this light lavender that I used. And so I just kind of gave up on it until I could get home and find something else. And since I've been home, I've yet to pick it up. So my next book go for March was Ink Circle's Dog Declarations. And I also did not make a whole lot of progress on this. I think I only stitched on this 1, maybe 2 days. So I think before I had one of the squirrels done, so I finished the other one. I think I might have had this dog. I started this motif and on the lettering. So not much progress, but every little bit counts, I suppose. I don't know where my other work went. I'm missing a project. I put it somewhere, but I don't know where. I'll find it eventually. One of my March whip goes was Plum Straight Sampling Gathering Honey. I love this pattern. I was excited to work on it. But when I pulled it out, my floss got wet and ran. You see that around? So that made me really frustrated. I was really sad. This is 40 count color and cotton toasted coconut. So I think what I need to do is just dig through my stash and find some different fabric, and I'm kind of thinking I might go, that's kind of big for a 32 count. I'm gonna see what I have, either 32 or I'll keep it on a 40 count. This was another one that I'm just stitching from stash, and part of me is thinking if I'm gonna restart it, I might just order the thread. That way I don't have to think too hard. I'll have just the called for colors. I don't know. I might dig through my stash and see what I have and see what I'd actually need to order. And because I'm really trying hard to not order much for the rest of the year. I say that, but I also know me, and I will put mortars in. Okay, so that's all of my projects. I am missing one of my whip goes. I don't know what I did with it, so I'll have to show it to you next time. I didn't make any real progress on it, so not a big deal. Needlework Expo haul from Classic Colorworks. These are their new flosses. There's chocolate mousse, vanilla custard, and baking tin. I ordered the new Prairie Schooler Santa from Plum Straight Samplers. I'm not going to take these out of the plastic, so excuse the glare. The Abominable Bundle and the Bigfoot Bunch. I keep wanting to say brunch. Heartstring Samplery, the Old Rugged Cross. This is her Sunday Stitches series. This one I think might be a May start. The Old Rugged Cross was my dad's favorite song, hymn to sing at church. He requested it whenever he could, so it's kind of a little sentimental to me. Lucy Beam, cross stitch makes everything okayer. From Loohoo Stitches, this is Singing in the Rain. From the Pedal Pusher, While Away the Hours. I just love this one. I got the new ink circles for Rabbit series. June, April, and May. I have January, February, and March already. I think I showed those to you in my last video. From Teresa Kogut, Rejoice, Rejoice, Snowman. I ordered a new needle minder. This is the Needlework store. I think I picked that up at the Fat Quarter Shop. With the needle and thread. This is the Hannah Ann Wallace sampler, which I think is just beautiful. And Hello Liz Mathers, the engraver's chart. I love this. I think it's beautiful, and I really want to stitch it, but part of me is overwhelmed by it, and I don't know why. So the model's stitched on a 40 count. I think I have a 45 count fabric that this would look really pretty on. So if I can find some floss, I maybe just need to dive in and start that. And finally, from RETM, the Quaker Turtle, because turtles are my favorite. And I love that chart. I don't know what color I'm gonna, part of me wants to stitch it in a green instead of the blue. Finally, I got onto the Garon sale and I ordered the Georgia bag and the Oregon bag. So Oregon's my home state, will always have a big piece of my heart, and Georgia is my home for now state. So that's what I have. Not a whole lot, a pretty quick video. I will insert some pictures of some of my adventures, mostly just flowers. That's what I take most of my pictures of. I was going to participate in Stitch Mania this year, but my travel schedule for the month of May is ridiculous, and I just don't think it's gonna work out. So I'm going to be traveling for work 20 days in May. So I'm doing 2 back-to-back 10-day shifts. So I'm gone for 10 days, home for 4 days, then gone for another 10 days, and trying to either pack some projects, first of all, to kit things up because I haven't been prepared. It's not gonna happen. So last year I did 21 new starts and that was too many. So this year I was thinking I would do maybe 5 new starts, and I still might, but I don't have them planned out. So we'll see what happens with that. I do have a giveaway for today, a couple of things. These are things that were in my stash. One was in my stash. One is actually a new thing that showed up that I don't want to stitch. So I'm going to give it away if there's someone out there that wants it. The first is from Imaginating the Christmas Ornaments. So this is a full kit. It has the fabric that looks like it's probably a 14 count cream Aida. I presume all the floss that you would need. There's a needle in there. Full kit. But I don't think I'm ever gonna stitch this. So if there's somebody else out there who would like this, just tell me that you would like to stitch the ornaments. Please be a subscriber and like this video, and just tell me that you'd like to stitch the ornaments. The second, I don't remember signing up for the Silver Needle Circle of Friends Stitch Club this year, but apparently I did. The first release for that was from Erica Michaels' The Vintage Garden Smalls. I don't think I'm ever going to stitch this, so I would rather give it away to for somebody else to enjoy. So this is also a full kit. So it is, I did open this, so I'm going to show it to you. The pattern, the linen, I don't know what this is. They say in here. Cute little bag. It should have all the finishing material in here, right? So there's the needle minder, the floss, some felt for finishing, a thread keep. I don't know what this is. The threader collection. Oh, it's needle threaders, so you'll get those as well. I'm giving you all of this, so if you would like it, just say that you would like to stitch the garden smalls, or just say garden. I'll search for garden. It doesn't include the little thing. It's just got the felt to finish off, I guess, the berry and the little needle book. Here's the other side. So let me know if someone would like that, and I will pass it along. It's a couple full-on kits. So tell me you would like to stitch the garden or the ornaments, or both. You can request both, and I will pass those along. Like I said, I'm going to be out of town most of the month of May, so I'll keep the giveaway open until, let's say, May 20th. So anytime between now and May 20th, if you stumble across my video, tell me if you'd like to stitch the ornaments or the garden, and it could be yours. I think that's all I have. I need to get to work. It is a Monday morning. Just why my lighting's not great. The sun hasn't quite come up yet. But I'm gonna get to work. Hopefully get some stitching in this week. I leave, I don't know if I'm leaving on Sunday or Monday for my first, I'm going back to North Carolina for a long shift. So we'll see how that goes. So I'll take some things for sure. And last time I did, because with COVID, I go to the job site and then I go back to my hotel room. So I did get a fair amount of stitching done in my hotel room at night. And I think this job I'm just doing mainly oversight. So hopefully when I get back to my hotel room, I won't be super tired and we'll get some stitching in. So we'll see how it goes, and I will come back probably towards the end of May with another update. So until then, be well and